The sheer, cutting indifference of being explicitly uninvited from my own parents' 30th wedding anniversary party, an event I helped plan and fund, was the opening act of the most devastating family drama I have ever endured. They told me, calmly and coldly, that they simply wanted a small, stress-free gathering this year, and that my presence would complicate things. Hours later, while I was sitting alone in my silent apartment, trying to swallow the sting of rejection, my sister, Chloe, posted a celebratory photo dump on social media. The pictures weren't just of a small gathering. They were of an extravagant, fully catered event with over 100 guests. But one image, a single, casual photo of my parents posing with my sister's family, contained a horrifying detail that *** proved their entire excuse was a monstrous lie ***, and revealed the true, deeply buried reason for my exile, a secret that implicated my late husband and a betrayal spanning years. Was I wrong to crash the after-party and expose their hypocrisy, or was I justified in tearing down the perfect facade they had constructed to hide their cruelty? Tell me, if your own parents treated you like a disease and used your dead husband's memory as a weapon, would you have sought quiet justice or loud, undeniable vengeance? My name is Andrew, and I was 38 when I officially became the pariah of my family. My life had been built on devotion to my family, particularly my parents, Robert and Diane. I am the oldest child, and my sister, Chloe, is 3 years younger. I was the responsible one, the high-earning financial consultant, and the dutiful son who managed their investments and helped fund their retirements. Chloe, in contrast, was the artistic, carefree sister, often relying on our parents for financial help. I never minded the difference. It was just our dynamic. The central tragedy of my life happened 5 years ago, the sudden, accidental death of my husband, Thomas. Thomas was everything to me, my greatest supporter and the one person who truly understood me. My parents, Robert and Diane, were always openly uncomfortable with my marriage. They never truly accepted Thomas, making it clear they viewed my life choice as a deviation. After Thomas died, their discomfort turned into a subtle, chilling distance. They offered condolences, but never true emotional support. Over the past year, leading up to their 30th anniversary, the cold shoulder became an active push. The anniversary party was a major milestone, and being the dutiful son, I had already fronted a significant amount of money for the initial deposit on the venue and catering. I had spent weeks researching bands and menus, pouring my heart into making it perfect for them. Then, 2 months before the scheduled date, my mother, Diane, called me. Her voice was flat. "Andrew," she said, "we've decided to cancel the big party. It's just too much stress. We're going to have a quiet dinner at a small restaurant with just us, Chloe, and her family." I felt a dull ache of disappointment, but I accepted it, figuring they were overwhelmed. I even told them not to worry about repaying the large deposit. It was my gift to them. I believed their lie. The final insult came 2 days before the supposed quiet dinner. My father, Robert, sent me a concise text. "Andrew, please don't call or come by on Saturday. We need total privacy for the anniversary. We will celebrate with you later." That text was the official invitation, confirming I was the outsider. It was a clear message. * we don't want you here, not even for a casual drop-in. * on Saturday evening, the night of the supposed private dinner, I felt utterly defeated. I sat at home, remembering how Thomas and I would have been dancing and celebrating with them. Around 8:00 p.m., my phone buzzed with a social media notification. It was Chloe. She had posted a gallery with the caption, "Celebrating Mom and Dad's 30th. best party ever. I clicked on the gallery. It wasn't a quiet dinner. It was a massive, elegant event at the exact, expensive downtown venue I had booked and paid the deposit for. Hundreds of people, all our family friends, distant relatives, and colleagues were there. The lies collapsed instantly. They hadn't canceled the party. They had simply excluded me and used my initial payment to save money on my party. But the final, crippling blow came from one specific photo. It was a candid shot of Robert and Diane, my parents, standing with Chloe, her husband, and their 2 children. In the corner of the frame, displayed prominently on a side table right next to my parents, was a large, beautifully framed portrait. It wasn't a picture of Chloe's family or my parents. It was a professional, studio-quality photograph of my late husband, Thomas, and me, taken on our wedding day. The sight of it sent a shockwave through me. They had never displayed that photo in their home while Thomas was alive, nor since his death. I zoomed in, heart pounding. The photo was carefully positioned, almost like a memorial or perhaps a prop. But as I scrutinized the picture, I saw a subtle, chilling detail. A small, almost imperceptible piece of tape covering Thomas's face in the portrait. It was cleverly disguised, but under the bright camera flash, I could see a faint outline, darkening his features, obscuring his smile. They hadn't just excluded me from the party. They were actively humiliating Thomas and me. They were using our wedding portrait, a symbol of my deepest love, as a background prop for their perfect family photo, while secretly attempting to erase the memory of Thomas from the picture itself. They were trying to preserve the image of the dutiful, heterosexual daughter, Chloe, as the family's centerpiece, while literally trying to cover up my husband's existence. The stress-free gathering excuse was a cover for their deep-seated shame and prejudice toward my life with Thomas. My grief turned into volcanic fury. I didn't care about their feelings, their reputation, or their party anymore. I cared about Thomas's dignity and my own. I called my best friend, Michael, and told him everything. I need you to drive me there, now. So that's the situation I was in. I was betrayed and exiled by my entire family, who were celebrating lavishly at a party I helped pay for, all while publicly trying to erase my late husband from a picture. I knew the party was in full swing, and my sudden arrival would be a catastrophe. Before I tell you how I stormed the venue and what I did next, I want you to pause and comment below what you would have done in my shoes. Would you have driven straight there, or would you have stayed home and plotted a more calculated, long-term revenge? I drove there immediately. Michael tried to calm me down, suggesting I wait until the morning, but I was beyond reasoning. I was running on pure adrenaline and the need to protect Thomas's memory. I changed into my sharpest suit, the one I wore to Thomas's memorial, and drove straight to the downtown venue. The party was blindingly bright, loud, and full of people. I walked past the velvet ropes and the bouncer, who recognized me as the guy who paid the deposit, didn't stop me. As I entered the ballroom, the music didn't stop, but the conversations did. A slow wave of silence spread from the door toward the head table where Robert and Diane were standing, accepting compliments. Robert saw me first. His jaw dropped. Diane's hand flew to her mouth. Chloe looked terrified. I didn't rush. I walked slowly, maintaining eye contact with my father, weaving through the stunned crowd of guests. I went directly to the side table, the place of the offending portrait. I picked up the framed wedding photo of Thomas and me. I held it up to the lights, right in the center of the vast ballroom. The small, carefully concealed piece of tape on Thomas's face was not visible to the crowd, but the raw hypocrisy was about to be. I looked at my parents, my voice projecting clearly over the suddenly silent music. You told me you canceled the party. You told me my presence would complicate things. I gestured to the ballroom. This is not a complication, this is a lie, but the reason for the lie, that's the real complication. I then addressed the crowd, dozens of people who had watched me grow up. I helped plan this celebration for my parents, and yet I was forbidden to attend. Why? Because I brought a reminder they couldn't stand. I held up the picture. This is a photo of me and my late husband, Thomas. My parents have kept it tucked away, ashamed of the man I loved. I then did the one thing that would be absolutely unforgettable. I carefully removed the small piece of tape that was obscuring Thomas's face, revealing his full, vibrant smile in the photograph. Then I walked up to the microphone stand near the band. I didn't smash anything. I didn't yell. I spoke directly into the microphone, my voice clear and steady. Thomas deserved dignity. I deserved honesty. And you, mother and father, deserved consequences. I laid the fully revealed, untaped picture gently on the head table. Then I announced to the entire gathering, many of whom were friends and business associates of Robert, "Congratulations on 30 years of marriage, and good luck explaining why you chose to celebrate it by cutting your own son out of your lives." I turned and walked out. The silence was absolute. The aftermath was catastrophic for Robert and Diane. The story of my exile and the taped photo spread like wildfire through their social and business circles. Robert faced uncomfortable questions at work. Diane's carefully curated image as the perfect family matriarch was destroyed. People, many of whom had secretly disapproved of their prejudice against Thomas, now had justification to openly distance themselves. I filed a lawsuit to recover the substantial deposit I had paid for the venue and catering, detailing the malicious exclusion. I won easily, and the legal proceeding further solidified the public narrative of their cruelty. I cut off Robert, Diane, and Chloe completely. Chloe, who had happily participated in the deception, lost all contact with me. My parents tried every possible route to reconciliation, using my grief over Thomas as a manipulation tactic, but I was immune. I kept the fully revealed wedding portrait, framed it beautifully, and keep it in a place of honor in my new home. It is no longer a symbol of their shame, but a permanent reminder of Thomas's love and my own strength. I lost my family, but I reclaimed my dignity, and I protected the memory of the only person who truly mattered to me. I now surround myself with friends who celebrate who I am, not people who tolerate me. The memory of walking out of that ballroom, leaving the silence and the wreckage of their lie behind, is the single most liberating moment of my life. Like this video if you think I made the right decision by exposing my parents' hypocrisy and defending Thomas's memory. Subscribe for more stories about fighting back against family cruelty and finding genuine support. Share your final thoughts on the true cost of their prejudice in the comments section below. I'll see you all in the next story.